got ourselves a Reverence. DK gonna be first up. Reverence on a Death Knight. Do you know that Dexter just got buffed, my guy? Although Frost Deathlight also did get buffed this week, so maybe that's what he's trying to do. We got Artemis gonna be out here as a Goblin Survival Hunter. Okay, that's something you never really see that often. Goblin Survival Katana with them engineering goggles. Wait, actually did quite a bit of damage to Reverence as I have to walk through every single one of the traps. Gonna be a little bit of a death pack really early on as I try to go for a big old... Was that a grip or was it just a coordinated assault by the hunter? Might have been a coordinated assault. Gonna be a big grip ahead. Mass damage on Reverence. Needs to go for recovery. Start to follow. That's some IBF with the AMS, but it isn't gonna be enough though. Silence does turn around. Big damage. Massive blitz onto Artemis, but they had a grenade. They had an explosive shot already planted in the under armor of the Death Knight, and when it popped, the man just went all over the place. Gonna be Diabolical's up next. Yo, Artemis, what is this? Goblin Death Knight. I don't think I've ever seen that in the 5-5-1 duels. Artemis does get an exposed shot onto Diabolics, but it's going to be full army of the demons of the Legion attacking Artemis. Definitely is going to have to find a way to deal with the imps as well as with the Felguard that's still chasing. Still putting a lot of pressure on you. Freezing Trap does have the Felguard actually breaking it somehow though. Maybe it had a bleed already. Artemis looking out for a heal. I don't know if you can get one. Maybe you can get your pet to like retreat, feign death, and maybe go for a camo. Potentially it's going to be Diabolic just putting pressure on the pet, trying to keep it in combat. And Artemis eventually is going to go down to the main pet. Does go for feign death, camo for a second, but the main pet does get into combat. Axe toss around the corner. Just needs one more global. Artemis may be out of the fight unless they somehow get himself a bit of a heal. Manic Bandage, big recovery. The main pet does get taunted. The main pet does get taunted by the spider just to keep it away from Artemis. Let him recover just a little, but the demon dog is not let you really continue on. That was actually kind of close. Fang gonna be up next as the Arms Warrior, the big old Xanda. I like the maze too. I feel like if it's the rest of your mock, charge out towards Diabolics, gonna go for a port immediately. Big leap for the Warrior. He does need to go for a big spear to connect with Diabolics. I think he's trying to see if he can get a proper spear used on Diabolics. Mortal Coil does drop down the banner. Gonna be very difficult to lock him down. Big Blade Storm off of the Warbreaker, but that's gonna be a massive defensive for Diabolics. That's gonna be full defense. Oh my god, the gate! The gate to break him out of the spear. Either gated before the spear landed, or gated to break out of the spear at the same time. Big defense is still available for Diabolics. Able to deal with a bit of that magic damage, interrupting Diabolics on the Shadow Cast, but the Demon Cast is still going to be there. Does give himself a little bit of survivability with a second wind, or ignore pain rather. Does need to go for a proper go versus Diabolics. Fear into all defense. Maybe Warbreaker could potentially make big damage off this one. Massive heal for Diabolics. Does Fang get himself a heal of their own? Making sure to eliminate the Obelisk, whatever that's out. Maybe can slay one of the demons. Got himself a Reflected Kisses of Mortal Coil. Mortal Coil does get bypassed by Diabolics. And Fang behind the pillar. Second win. Oh my god. I keep calling it second win, but every time I said second win there, I meant to say ignore pain rather. Kargath is going to be up next. Another Survival Hunter does go into Survival Hunter. Look at him go. Oh my god, look at this flyer-based Survival Hunter. Look at this dude. He even got himself like a nice red bird. Diabolics does go for the gate, but does go down mid-gate. With Light Messiah going to be up next. Blasted out Kargath, not giving him a chance. Massive Stone is going to go for a Trinket. Bubbly Meaningless. Kargath got so much counter pressure for the Paladin. What is the Survival Hunter damage? As the man is just waiting out for the bubble. He got himself a Turtle Shell. Freezing Trap off of the bubble, trying to make sure he establishes full control over Light Messiah. Is going to go for the concussive shot from a distance, setting out the pet. Hand of Freedom, letting the Paladin close the gap really close. Kargath with a massive heal. Exhilaration does get Light Messiah, no help whatsoever. Kill shot does end up eliminated. What is this damage? Planting a banner? Oh my goodness, does get gripped in by Chilpas with a massive obliterate. 1 second of blitz to follow, and Chilpas does end up taking these boys out. Capturing his soul. Oh my god, you guys are BMing one another. Ultra Ego gonna be up next. Try to see if he can just rip into Chilpas early on. As we were only hitting that 4-minute mark, 20% dampening up. My good. Okay, alright, okay, alright. I think Chilpas is just trying to see if he can counteract the BM with a BM of his own. Blind Ultra Ultra Ego as they're going for a trick and try to see if he can max out the damage on Chilpas. Big bites to follow Chilpas, having to summon up a ghoul, sacrifice it immediately, is actually under a ton of pressure, trying to do everything he can to survive death back. He's just act no help whatsoever. Maybe goes counter aggressive, but that's going to be thorns on the Feral Druid with the bleeds and everything is just rotting it down. Once it falls behind even a little bit compared to a Feral Druid, it's over. With Linthania going to be up next as an Outlaw, trying to get a couple pistols Ultra Ego. We'll definitely need to go for a big old kidney shot once the Pharaoh's out of cat form, and potentially it could be the perfect time to do it. Does himself the dance. Potentially big damage. Double ambushes are doing quite a bit of work. But Ultra Ego does go in for a Barska bear form, Friends of Region, Heart of the Wild, which is going to increase their ability to tank up in bear form, as well as increase their healing, I think, by 30% in PvP. All they can do is just tank up the damage. Maybe with Thorns can maybe get counteractive versus Linthenia. The rogue is very, very careful. Learned that there's going to be definitely a stun off of the bear form. Ultra Ego popped in a couple of bleeds onto the rogue. Then they kind of limited what they can do. Cloaker Shadows in order to deal with some of the magic damage, but still taking a lot of pressure. Vanish does get himself a little bit of healing from Through the Darkness into full kitty. Ultra Ego is going to be able to blast him out even while in bear form, as the Outlaw rogue does get to skulk away. Beastly's the last one left to hold the fort over in the team 1, while Linthenia is the only one left over in the team 2. It's gonna come down to these two, the rogue versus the warlock. Beastly playing what looks like a tyrant build, maybe like a pet tyrant build combination, while Linthenia is playing the full shadow dance, killing spree, cheat death. So let's see which one does better. I think normally like a sub rogue wins this, but a demonology warlock could definitely pressure a rogue. Bonza fell around the corner, and Linthenia tried to avoid it the best possible. So far, 2 for 2 on that. Either waiting for human racial, that or just full cooldowns. I'm not really sure. It's really up to the rogue. This is going to be Beastly trying to see if they can force the rogue from behind the pillar. Axe toss by the Felguard into a tyrant, but it's going to be vanished out of the rogue. No dots on him. So the rogue is just trying to see if he can deny any damage, but the tyrant, it still knows where you are. The tyrant still can tell where you are. He can't really attack you, but he knows exactly where you are. Basically, I have no idea, man. The tyrant sometimes makes some of the dumbest plays. It's supposed to be the demonic legion commander pet that commands your demons to be stronger. It is not the smartest demon in a tool shed. Let's be honest here. But sometimes he just has like, he can tell where a rogue is at, but then at the same time, he'll also be summoned and he'll just stand there looking at him and just not do anything. So he just does the dumbest things and the smartest things at the same time. Mordecai Sentinel Linthenia with the Fear to Follow is basically able to get himself quite a few pets. Maybe can go for a full Vile Feed. Stun around the corner. Bonza Fell does not connect with Linthenia, I don't think at all. It's going to be a bit of a blade rush over to Beastly to get that interrupt into a kidney shot right after. Got himself the ambush. Maybe potentially big damage with the dance. No, actually, that was just a proc of ambush. Cloak of Shadows out for Linthenia, limiting their magic damage from Beastly. Beastly does go in for a bit of a heal. Doesn't have any more mobility. Trying to go for Bonzafell. Does get interrupted. It looks like Linthenia decided to wait long enough when they were able to dismantle the Warlock little by little. All right, let's get another go, boys, yeah? Yo, Beastly, let me know the team still needs more. If you guys need more people, I can join in and help you. I got a couple of boys in DMs asking if they can join in.